Hi, and welcome to a Chip Off the Old Block Toys. I'm Jeff, and today is going to be a small Lego haul video and a country home update. If it seems like I just did this, I did. Anyway, it's time to give some updates. So let's start off with this here. This is set number 60343, and it's simply called the Rescue Helicopter Transport. I don't really care too much for the rig on this, but I do care for the helicopter because if you don't remember, when I built the hospital, one of my complaints was that this doesn't fit a stretcher in it, the helicopter that came with that. This one does, so I really want the helicopter is all I'm after on this one. Anyway, this set is 215 pieces, so it's not going to be a very long build, but I'm definitely going to do a video on this. And the other one is 75320, which is the Battle Pack. I have already bought a few of these, but now I'm buying one more, because this is all I need to have my AT-AT full of soldiers. I think I only need 2 out of the 4, if I remember right. But this will complete it, so that's great. Okay, let's do a country home update. I've got some really confusing, but in the end, bad news. So, in the end, I did not get the house. That's been a roller coaster, because I went to go see it on Friday last week, put an offer on it, gave it Monday at 5. And they responded with a counter offer asking for almost full price. Well, this is a market where houses are on the average are only on the market for 10 days. This house has been sitting for nearly 140 days. And he's had other offers on it. So he's overpriced. And I wasn't going to go any higher. Especially because the listing said central air. It does not have central air. And if you know Utah, Idaho, it gets hotter than a firecracker up in here during the summer. We're in a desert. So not having central air is not going to be a full price for me. Especially when you have it on a listing and I go there and I find out it's not. And I feel it's dishonest, especially because the house has been on the market for 140 days. It's my opinion that I'm not the first one that probably told them that. And it doesn't matter because when we did tell them that, the listing days later still had central air listed. So there's no way. They know it's not there and they still had it listed. So anyway, long story short, I rejected the counter offer outright, didn't try to counter back. I walked away, and that was Monday at 5 o'clock because my real estate agent told me their counter and I immediately rejected. Said, nope, I'm done. Okay, let's fast forward. Tuesday at 5, I did a live stream. Literally minutes before that, my real estate agent calls me out of the blue and says, hey, sellers had a change of heart, and if you'll extend the date on your offer, they'll accept it at the price that you originally said. So, did the paperwork, sent it over. You would have thought they would have just signed on the dotted line, right? Nope. And so, a day later, which was today at 1 o'clock, I text my real estate agent and says, hey, any updates? He calls me and he says, I'm sorry, I don't have a good update for you. The sellers say that someone came by the house this morning, saw it, and they're going to give them an offer. And it's going to be more than yours. Oh, okay. So, unexpected visit on a Wednesday morning? Unscheduled? I don't know what the truth is. But it kind of... whatever. You know what I'm getting at. And the fact that he didn't actually had an offer and the offer happened to be the same price he countered me back with originally, I'm smelling a certain substance that has initials that are 2 letters long. But anyway, I don't know. I don't know what the truth is. I'll be honest. I don't. But I can tell you it smells like something. And so, anyway, I told my real estate agent to rescind my offer because he hadn't accepted it. And I don't care if this guy comes crying back. I don't care if this other supposed deal falls through. I don't care what happens. I'm done with dealing with this guy. The saddest part to me is the seller's a police officer who is sworn to uphold the law. He's a public servant, and so his standard is higher than we hold public servants to a higher standard than we do normal people. And for a guy who's sitting there enforcing rules and laws all day long, I do find it very curious that he can't be a man of his word and go through with the deal when he contacted me to revive it. That's called the gentleman's deal, handshake deal kind of deal. And you're supposed to solidify those. And being a public servant, I really feel you should have. So it's a sad day. And I take offense to it because I've got 2 police officers in my family. And both of them are great people. And both of them are very honest people. Hardworking people. And neither one of them would have ever done something like this. But anyway, we don't live in a perfect world. And we don't live with perfect people. And people do what they want. And unfortunately, in the process, some people get slighted and get hurt. And that's me today. But not going to dwell on it. I'm going to continue my house hunt. Unfortunately, I did continue my house hunt today. And unfortunately, I don't have good news about that either. The first house I looked at had 13 acres. And it was great. Home was built in 1868. So like a house was built before there was running water, before there was electricity, before there was natural gas. If you think about it, even before there were modern kitchens. So everything to the house has kind of been added to it. And in the basement, you can see actual logs instead of floor joists. Anyway, I did like the house, but I felt it was overpriced. And plus, the age of the home scared me. So I didn't put an offer on it, but I just saw it 8 days ago. Unfortunately, my agent called that agent, and that house is well, it's not under contract, but there's an offer on it. So, not going to happen. Oh, I'm sorry, let me correct that. Someone put an offer on it that was kind of low, and the seller countered back. But anyway, I still don't want the property. I can't. The price is way too high. The second property I looked at, well, the house was in bad shape. Holes in the floor, mice infestation. I'll stop there. It was just in bad shape. And that house does not have a shop or a pole barn, so I couldn't continue my YouTube for a couple months until I get that in there, and I'm not willing to do that. I did like the price, though. Price was pretty low, and I felt it was priced right. It's just, I'm not 20 years old anymore, so doing that kind of work and the amount of work, I can't do it. It doesn't matter anyway, because my agent checked with them and they've got 2 offers. So I'd be number 3, and don't think that's going to work out. So, and then number 3, the last one I saw was on almost 8 acres. It was 7 point something, but it was almost 8. And that one had, I think, 10 outbuildings. I could be wrong, but it was a lot of outbuildings. It used to be a dairy farm at one point. So 2 of those outbuildings are huge, I don't know what you call them, barns that are made specifically for milking cows, and you could tell. But anyway, that property, the price isn't too bad, but the house is really, really small. I mean, like, okay, I'm not trying to flex, but my house here is 4,020 square foot. This other house was right at 1,600. So I'd be going to a house half the size and only 1 outbuilding out of the 10 is something that I could put Legos in, because the rest of them, one of them's missing a wall, literally missing a wall. So it's exposed to the elements. Another one, if you farted in its general direction, it'd fall over. No kidding. I mean, it's bad. So there is one outbuilding that's good, but it's more of a pen for animals, and it's not all enclosed. So again, it wouldn't work for Legos. That house, I have a lot of reservations about getting, because I would literally have to knock down some of these outbuildings to build a pole barn. And I just don't have the money to buy the house and do that at the same time. So again, YouTube could continue, but on a much smaller scale, and I don't want to scale it back. And actually, I don't even know if I could continue, because I can't. There's not enough room in the house to have Legos in the house. So I just have to use that outbuilding. I'm not really sure that would work. So anyway, to sum it all up, the house I put an offer on, no good, not going to happen. And the 3 other houses I looked at, they all have, and I'm sorry, the last one does have an offer on it, by the way. So the other 3 houses are, for whatever reason, they're not going to work. So it's back to the drawing board, and I did take a look at everything that was about 3 hours around me. And unfortunately, the housing market's really hot, and there's not a whole lot. So I guess I'll be staying here for a little bit unless something just mysteriously pops up on the market one day and I happen to catch it and I can get out and see it before anybody else does. But anyway, we'll just see. You know, I'm a believer that things happen. Everything happens for a reason. Sometimes that reason is you're an idiot, you make bad decisions, but I mean, it always happens for a reason, right? But I'm a big believer in that. So hopefully over the next couple weeks, couple days, something will pop up. Either that, or I could figure out how to do things here differently so I can have a bigger city. And I think I have figured that out, but I don't want to commit to that yet because it's just an idea floating in my head and I haven't really taken measurements. And anyway, enough said. I mean, I got to work it out, but I think there might be a way to keep this house and do it. And actually I kind of like to, because my percentage rate is in the low 2s, and percentage rates are creeping close to 4 right now. That's almost double, and I don't think I really want to take that on because lower interest rate is very easy on the wallet, and it does make it easier to buy these things. So anyway, hope you guys didn't mind my little rant there. Not much of a rant, but you know what I'm saying. I do appreciate your support. I do appreciate the live stream yesterday. It was awesome. A lot of you showed up. It was one of the best live streams I've ever had, so thank you for the support. And please support this video by hitting the like button or the Rumble button, depending on when you're watching it. And also subscribe no matter whether you're at Rumble or YouTube. And, you know, comment, notifications, that kind of stuff. And sharing links will help. And heading to my Bricklink store called the Chip Off the Old Block. Links in the description. We have about 900,000 pieces. Let's see, what else do I got to say about all that? Well, I will say one more thing, and that is be good to each other. Stay safe out there. And then hit the link for Amazon for one of these 2 products. I'm not sure which one. And even if you're not buying this, if you click that link, then shop on Amazon, Amazon gives me a small little bit, which of course I put right to my city or another set just like this so I can build it for you. All right. Well, have a great evening, and I'll catch you guys on the next video.